Welcome to the Tips and Tricks video series for InterAction. Are you feeling overwhelmed by all the searches in your InterAction system? Are you thinking you'd love to delete some? Well, today what I want to talk to you about is your ability to get more organized. We'll talk a little bit about the issues in terms of your lack of organization and InterAction. It happens to everyone, by the way. And I want to help you solve that issue by talking about some options around naming conventions, some correlations you can make between your searches and other objects. So first, we recommend pairing your searches and your export instructions together. I actually saw a client do this and I thought it was brilliant, so I'm going to share it with you. You'll notice down here I have a search called Search 01, Prospects by Geography. Well, I've double-clicked and I've run that search here, so I have a few results. Let's say, though, on a regular basis, the whole reason we have this search is that we need to dump it out, say, quarterly or monthly, provide certain pieces of data to our BD team or some of our industry teams, whatever it might be. Well, in this case, I don't want to have to build export instructions every single time or be confused about which export instructions I should use. So what I've done, I went in as IA admin and I built some export instructions that everyone can see, and I've correlated them by name. So I have my Search 01 Prospects by Geography. This way, I pick it, I dump the data, I go. I don't have to think about it. Could I edit this export instruction set if I needed to throw in an extra field every once in a while? Sure. But generally, they match up. I have another search, companies represented in the holiday card list. Same kind of situation. I can go right down to my export, find my firm export instructions, and there's the correlating set of export instructions. So that's one way, is to kind of correlate your searches with those export instructions to quickly get out the information you need. Now, second, we can always do something similar with our FDA rules. You'll notice here I have a search called FDA Bounce Back Removal. Now, first of all, I typically just name things FDA if they go with an FDA rule. A lot of times our searches here, there's tons of them. We don't know what we can get rid of, what we should get rid of. Is it an important search? Is it okay to delete? We don't know. So if I've at least named it FDA, I know it goes with an FDA rule and is probably pretty important. So once I go over, say I've run my bounce back removal search, over in my admin tool, the next logical step would be to set up that FDA rule so it can run against that search. You'll notice here it gets an ID number, in this case of 10,002. Well, to make it even more special in the Windows client so I know exactly where this search goes, I went back and edited the name and I put in the FDA number. So I don't only know here that it is connected to an FDA rule, but I know exactly which FDA rule it's connected to. So in that case, in terms of organization, getting everything cleaned up, I know what I need to keep maybe and what I can get rid of. And finally, even with reports, so say we're back here at these companies represented in our holiday card list, you can even set up your reports in a similar way to let you know which maybe search result is most optimal in terms of getting the right results against a report. I've even put it over not only in the name but over in the description here on the right, so we know which search result to run this report against. Now, the only little caveat you want to consider here is if this is something for your end users, all right? If they see the name Search 02 in a report, they're not going to know what that is, because remember, they can't run these searches back here. But let's just think about those three things we just talked about. Correlating your export instructions, correlating your FDA rules, optimizing the names of your reports. You can kind of bring all this stuff together no matter who's dumping out information. So imagine you have this search. Maybe you set up an FDA rule to FDA those results into a working list, because from the front end, your end users can easily open a working list and run a report. So maybe your report description includes more of a working list name, right, to tell them which list to run this report against. Okay, so I hope these tips have been helpful for you today. If you need any more information, you can email us at lntraining@lexisnexis.com or come visit the LNU website, lexisnexis.com/university/interaction, for all sorts of free information, training classes, sign up for our blog, sign up for our newsletters. There's lots of great stuff out there.